Feather Intuitive, and welcome to Demystify the Divine, weekly readings and tools to connect. And for this week's installment, we are doing Affirmation Nation. And I'm pulling an affirmation card from the Divine Feather Messages. This is by Alison DeNicola and the artwork by David Shearer. And I love these cards. The affirmations that we get are really positive. Feel free to like and subscribe to my YouTube if you like what you see here, and feel free to share it with anyone that you feel could benefit from this guidance. All right, this month we have the Owl card. Your intuition is correct. Follow your inner wisdom without fail. So this is a huge message that has been coming through a lot in the last couple of months. And I feel that it is our guides collectively telling us that it's time to pull up our bootstraps. It's time to no longer give ourselves excuses, to not listen, to not really hear, feel, know the connections that we have. And anyone who's watching this video, the reason why you're drawn to this type of guidance is because you are intuitive, because you do have that sense that there's something deeper than what we see with our own two eyes, right? It goes beyond. There's an illusion there that is beyond, or there's something beyond the illusion, I should say. And owl spirit is really interesting because owls are about wisdom. They're also night creatures, right? Nocturnal. They can rotate their heads almost completely 360 degrees. So they can see, in essence, it's like having eyes in the back of your head. They can see from every angle a situation. And that is one of the reasons why they're wise. They've also learned to apply that wisdom. They sit up in the branch and they observe their prey before they decide that they're ready to take action. They're not impulsive. They're not jumping the gun, jumping into something. They're taking their time. They're being proactive in a lot of ways. And why are they doing that? Because they're tapping into their intuition. They're not formulating a plan and thinking about the plan and dotting the I's and crossing the T's. They're being, yes, we could say instinctual, but they're also being highly intuitive. They're trusting in what they're feeling in the moment. They're not worried about what's to come. They're not thinking about the past. They're very present and right here, right now. So when we get this affirmation, your intuition is correct. Follow your inner wisdom without fail. This is the owl saying, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't even have to work as hard as you think you have to work in order to be successful, in order to get what it is that you're trying to get. You know, whether it's you're trying to complete something, you're trying to earn something or receive something, you don't have to work so hard for it. You need to be observant and you need to be in your present moment so that you can hear, see, smell, taste, touch, sense, know that intuition, that inner voice and that inner guidance that's coming through. Here's the thing. We often get so caught up in the ego voice. And I always like to say the ego voice is often the squeaky wheel that gets the grease because it shouts the loudest. It's used to having to shout to be heard. It's used to being the boss. It's used to getting its own way. And you're in a space right now, because you're watching this video, you're on your own journey. That journey is about the discernment from the ego voice to the intuitive guidance. And we need both. But the ego voice doesn't have to rule the roost. It's the wisdom. It's the perspective. It's the observation that needs to kind of drive the bus and rule the roost. And the ego voice is secondary. The ego is I always say it's the first officer, not the captain. Even though it thinks it's the captain and it wants to be the captain, it's still a captain in training, right? So it's understanding that that ego voice is there to serve the heart. And the heart is the intuition. So leaning into that intuitive space is going to serve you well. Let's just take a quick moment to read the actual message. A bird of the night, the owl has incredible vision and hearing. Owls hunt by using their listening skills, inviting us to tap into a greater sense of inner listening and awareness. The ancient goddess Athena carries an owl on her shoulder as a knowing companion who represents the wise counsel of nature. It was believed in ancient Rome that the owl feather placed on a sleeping person would reveal their deepest secrets. The owl is also a powerful symbol of the feminine and the moon, and is often tied to prophecy and darkness. As a nocturnal bird, their appearance at dawn or dusk can be associated with the in-between times when the veil between the realms is the thinnest. In all these ways, owl is a powerful symbol of our own intuitive senses and abilities. Now is the time to start seeing things using the higher senses. Owl Messenger is here to assure you that your intuition is correct. The darkness or murkiness that surrounds a certain situation is merely a perception. Begin to access your intuitive skills to see the answers clearly. It may be an inner sense of knowing, viewing, listening, or feeling that needs to be used separately or together. Have you been resisting listening to your inner wisdom? Owl Messenger urges you to do so now. Allow there to be light within the darkness and find the answers you seek. Embrace this part of yourself as you do. And the affirmation that this provides is interesting. My intuition is powerful and vibrant. I honor this inner wisdom. That's a powerful one and a powerful message from our guides. We no longer have the excuse to constantly be focusing on ego all the time. It is now, it's here. We know enough now. We have enough wisdom to understand and to discern those two voices. So lean into your truth, lean into your inner wisdom. That is our affirmation nation for this week with our Demystify the Divine. As always, it's such a pleasure to connect with you guys. I hope you have the most amazing week. If there's anything I can be of service to help you out with, perhaps a guidance on the go, you have a single question that you'd like some clarity and guidance around, feel free to click on the link in the description below to connect. I am always here to help. Have the most amazing week, guys. Transform well.